Gotcha in the hood. Hi guys. So hello everybody. We're in a little bit of an intimate setting today. I'm literally sitting on the floor. But yeah, I just wanted to have a little chat about uni. I'm starting third year next week and time has gone very fast. I've learned a lot along the way and I can't believe that I'm actually in third year. I still feel like a baby. I feel like I just started the other day and I still need help with every single thing. So I thought I would just pass on what I've learned so far. So this video is going to be 10 things that I didn't know about uni before I got there. Before I started uni, I watched a few of these videos just trying to see like what it's like when you get there and everything. And I just feel like doing the actual process and having the experience is so different from watching a video. So I'm pretty much contradicting myself because I'm doing the exact same thing for whoever's going to uni next who's watching this, but I just want to show you and tell you what I've learned along the way. Let's start off with number one. I would just say it's very lonely, even though everyone pretends like, not even pretends, even, you know, put it this way, you do party, you drink, you try this and that. However, there are times where you are just alone, and personally, I'm used to being introverted, have a good like amount of personal space. I love being alone, but then you could say you love being alone until you're really alone. Like, you say you love being alone, but you just come home from a busy day socializing, so you want that little bit of downtime. I feel like everyone wants that bit of downtime, but compared to uni, you're literally there all day, all night. If you haven't got a lecture, you're just like, okay, what am I gonna do? You could do some work, but it's a little bit boring, so who's available? It's like constantly, or I found that I'm constantly looking for something to fill my time, and if it's not educational, then you just start drinking and like picking up habits that you probably wouldn't have done before you got there. So yeah, that's number one. I just feel like you see the party side, you see the fun side, but the lonely side isn't really spoken about because I guess everyone just goes through their own personal struggle. And I was lucky enough to have a job, so I would be working on the weekends, or I'd come back. So the first year I worked in where I go, Northampton, and yeah, I had something to do, so my friends would be at home waiting for me to come home, so that's for them to be bored. Second year I had to come back to London every single time I wanted to work, so that was every weekend. So luckily I wasn't bored on the weekends, but I had 2 days off in the week, and them 2 days, although you can do some work, imagine you catched up with most of your work or you feel like you haven't really got much to do, it is just a lying around all day. Because when you come home, you have, I guess, your mum annoying you, your brother annoying you, people just around your social setting. But say your friends at a lecture, or you don't even have any friends, then you're just kind of in your own space. So you need to learn that before you go to uni, you will be having a lot of time to yourself, whether you like being alone or not. Learn to be by yourself a lot more, because, or pick up a hobby, because you will be very bored. 2, baby girl or baby boy, student finance does not pay for everything. So woo, before I got to uni, hypothetically, let's just talk about myself. Sarah got 6k for student maintenance, or 7k, 8k. I thought that you get that all in one in September. So you apply for student finance, you get your money, and that's meant to last you the year. I thought you get £7,000, have a good time for the year. I didn't know it comes in £2,000. So pretend you get 7k and your housing is 6k, you get you get £2,500 every semester. So you get 2.5k in September, then you get it in January, then you get it in April. So imagine you think you're gonna have all this money when you just get 2.5k, and then you give 2k away to your housing, and then you're basically left with £500. And it's not that much, because you've got to think about travelling home, you've got to think about cooking, you've got to think about cleaning, and then you think you're going to do your student, or I've just got some money shop, you haven't got no money left. So it doesn't provide as much as you think. And you got to think about your parents' income. If you live in a 2-parent house, you probably maybe get like £3,000 for the whole year. It really depends, and for some reason the government think all of our parents are rich, because I got way less than my mum, you know, I guess could provide. She's a single parent, I live in a single parent household, and they seem to think that I'm rich because the amount that they gave me did not help. Like, it helped a little bit, but I still had to work the entire time I was at uni. I had to work the first year, I'm working the second year, and I'm definitely working the third year. So that puts a strain on your education. So you need to think about basically saving before you get there, because I wish I did that, and I went into uni with no savings thinking it would be fine, and I survived. But you're gonna have to live on like some noodles, you're gonna have to live on like taking a few snacks from your housemates and live a little rough, because it is hard. If you're thinking about going to uni, think about applying for a job in the area. If you have a job, save your money up, or just think about other avenues of income, because you will need it, and you don't just get there and become rich, put it that way. Number 3 is bank accounts. You need to be very careful as young people, because you're setting yourself up to fail, put it that way. Everyone who goes to university usually gets a student account, which gives you an overdraft. So you can have £500, £1,000, £2,000. I think it goes up to £3,000 overdraft depending on your bank. So there's many banks: NatWest, Santander, Barclays, HSBC. I'm not going to go on, but whoever you're with. So I've always been with NatWest, and I got my student account with them. Everything was great. Got £2,000 to just blow on whatever, of course. 0 interest. That's what comes with a student account. If you don't know, it's a account where you have 0 interest throughout your uni experience. However, they never mentioned that once I finish, I can only have £1,000 student overdraft, and then it goes down to £500 student overdraft, then it finishes. So of course I knew it would not let me be in overdraft forever, but I didn't know that after I finish uni, it will go down to 1k. So as soon as it hits September of next year, I can only have 1k overdraft. So say I'm still in £2,000 overdraft, which is my limit now, I can't be in that anymore. So say you're stuck in £2,000, you need to work your way back down to that £1,000, because when it gets to September and they're charging you 24% interest on your overdraft that you didn't know you had to limit back, you're going to be fucked up. You're going to be messed up. So just read the fine print of all of your bank accounts, all of their agreements. Just ask them on the phone if you're not bothered to read, because that is basically where I got my knowledge from. I had a little problem. They thought that I was leaving uni this year, so they were trying to charge me 24% interest, which is a lot of money out of £2,000. But that all got sorted, and conclusion, make sure you just limit your spending, and if you don't need that amount of overdraft that you can max it to, don't use it. Keep it at £500, because to be honest, you don't need it. You do end up, I personally needed it. I really did need it. It's like, student life ain't it. Like, you don't have money for anything. I feel like I did need it, but now I'm a lot more mindful. Since I had this problem with the bank, I'm a lot more mindful of my overdraft, making sure I keep it at a minimum and just stay in it, so that when next year comes, I don't have to pay back anything. Number 4, finding houses can be stressful. I just made a housing video with my friend Brittany. Hi Brittany, if you're watching. Ow. I just made a video with my friend, so you can watch that if you want. That is about renting and what to do with renting. But for this video, finding a house is hard. It's very, very hard. I didn't know that before I got to uni. We had to search, we had to go to every single estate agent around the area, and you're just in competition with thousands of students. Everyone's looking for a house. Once you go to uni, you usually get a house, depending on what you want to do, on campus or with the university, and then the second year they just chuck you out. You can't just live there. First years get priority, pardon me. So where are you gonna go? I'll wait. Nowhere. So you need to find a place. So that's another struggle. And being a young person, you're not used to doing these things. Unless you've been exposed to doing certain things like that, you end up just struggling because you don't know what you're doing. You fall for traps with estate agents, so you just need to be very woke and very mindful about who you're going to be renting with, terms and conditions, the contract, and finding a house in the first place.